Where is Willy? The Toronto Maple Leafs have a huge decision to make about the Swedish stud's status heading into Game 2 against the Boston Bruins. And it comes as no surprise, but already just one game into the playoffs, the Leafs have the most drama surrounding the organization out of any team in the league. And they aren't being transparent about the health and availability of Nylander, but we'll have it all in this video here with a key update on if he will play tonight or not. But before we get into that, I just want to welcome you to Hattrick HQ. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love hockey, make sure you subscribe because less than 20% of the people watching are subscribed. So if you want to stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around the NHL and the playoffs, then make sure you hit that button down below and join. But like I said, the big news right now, of course, revolving around the Maple Leafs is where's Willy? Everyone is talking about it. And it's weird because the Toronto Maple Leafs, it has to be, a team decision, an organizational decision right now of why he's not playing, but also of why they're not telling us what's going on. Now, a lot of people are saying it's most likely a healthy scratch because Nylander's played the past couple weeks as the regular season ended was really abysmal when it comes down to it. And we all remember when, the captain, John Tavares, was getting absolutely mauled against the Panthers. Where was Willy? Oh, he just kind of skated by, hopped on the bench and watched gleefully. That's not what you want to see, and that's not what playoff hockey is about. So maybe it's a healthy scratch to send a message of, look, you need to pick up your game in terms of aggression and physicality in order to play for this team in the playoffs. And the Leafs do need it. Now, a lot of other people are saying, oh, it must be a back injury because he's absolutely carried the Leafs on his back over the past few playoffs. And that's true. And that's why it's hard to, imagine that he would be a healthy scratch, knowing that the numbers he put up this season, over 40 goals, and just how good he's been in the playoffs the past few years. I mean, that one's more fun, just calling it a back injury, saying he carries this team in the postseason. A lot of other people are saying, oh, he might have slept wrong and his muscles turned into pretzels and whatnot. But either way, what the heck is going on with Willy? Where is he? Well, we had a slight update yesterday, and first of all, it came from a couple players. So Ryan Reeves on Nylander, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what his status is. Hopefully, he's ready to go. Not exactly giving us what we need. Then McCabe on Nylander. He seemed to be in good spirits today, not going to speak too much on it. Well, gee, thanks. Clearly the players are under the same spell that the coaching and management is, because Sheldon Keefe has said pretty much nothing about it. The management aren't talking, and the players have probably been advised to do the same. Now, it's not like the Bruins haven't played against Nylander in the playoffs before and won't know how to game plan against him. So if there's that element of trying to be mysterious of, what's our lineup going to be? I don't know. I don't know if it would work at all, and it's just very strange that this situation is happening. Now, Chris Johnston, this was yesterday, tweeted that Nylander was among the Leafs who took part in a highly optional skate in Boston yesterday afternoon. It's the first time he's been spotted on the ice since Wednesday's game in Tampa. So that's a good sign at least. At least he's on the ice. At least he's around the team and not just completely missing in action. Where the heck is this guy? Kind of thing. He's with the team. A lot of people also were trying to be funny. Oh, he's just stuck in Toronto traffic and missed the plane. But at least he's around the team, and it looks as though he's willing to try and get back to playing form. Because we've seen in the past, so many players have played through nagging injuries, if that's what it truly is, have played through injuries in the playoffs all the way to win a cup. We've seen people with broken ribs, broken fingers, just hurt ACLs even, and everything. So we don't know what truly is wrong with Nylander here. We don't know what's truly wrong with Bobby McMann, either kind of thing. What's his status? Is he ready to go? But either way, it's just very confusing. Now, an update as of today, right before I started recording this video, was also from Chris Johnston. William Nylander is taking part in the morning skate at TD Garden before Game 2. Great sign to see. I think a lot of Leafs fans who are holding their breath can finally exhale. Now, that being said, right before I started recording this as well, as I already had all the images and graphics set up, was that he's not taking part in the line rushes. The line rushes were the exact same as they were for Game 1, which is a little bit interesting. You see the light of, oh my goodness, Prince Willy is here, but he's not even taking part in the line rushes. Is that a great sign for his availability going into Game 2? It's not, and the Leafs really could use him. It was hard to garner offense in Game 1. Just the one goal. The Leafs looked dangerous at times, couldn't pot the puck. I mean, if Matthews slides that one into the open net when he went around Swayman there, it could have been a whole different game. But either way, Nylander would be so vital to have back, and it's kind of a little bit scary and frightening that he's not taking part in these line rushes. Maybe they're being super cautious and trying to mess with our minds, mess with the Bruins' minds. But I don't know. We will have to see about that. Obviously, I'll keep you updated if anything does happen. Now, Sheldon Keefe once again declines to provide an update on William Nylander. Great. Thank you so much, Keefe. You are winning over the hearts of Leafs fans across the planet. And just the second part of that tweet there, will not confirm Game 2 starter. So really, Keefe isn't saying anything. But with that second part, let's get into the next chapter. Who gets the start in Game 2 then? Ilya Samsonov did not look great in Game 1. Now, for a few of the goals, you can argue the defense wasn't fantastic. You can argue that on pretty much any goal that happens in any sport, anywhere. But Samsonov's positioning was not great. He's kind of swimming around, didn't look great at all. So will he get the nod in Game 2? I don't know. I think he will. Genuinely, I think Samsonov will go again. But I want to know from Leafs fans down in the comments. Do you think Samsonov should get the start? Should it be Joseph Woll? Should it be, I don't even know at this point. Strap in an injured John Klingberg in some huge pads and he'll cover most of the net. But who do you want to see? This was the latest tweet on that. So Mark Masters, Samsonov on allowing 15 goals in his last 3 games played. This is what Samsonov said. I forgot about this. Keep on working. It doesn't mean after 3 games I get some bad goalie. We see in the last 3 months what's going on. I believe in myself, in my skill. I believe in everybody in this room. A good professional answer. A little bit of broken English as you'd expect there, but he believes that he can be a great goalie. He did have some very good months. Look at his record in the regular season. It actually ended up being very, very good. But in the playoffs, not great. And the past few games, really not great. So I think he has to be on a very, very short leash, a very tight leash right now. If he has another bad showing, it is almost guaranteed that come Wednesday for Game 3, there is not a chance that he will be between the pipes for the Leafs, but I think he will be the Game 2 starter tonight. Now, let's get into the defense now. We've gone over the forwards. We've gone over the goalies. Now let's talk about the D here. So, the defensive pairings right now look like this, and I've seen online quite a few people think maybe Joel Edmondson could come out for a Mark Giordano, where's TJ Brody kind of thing, and I'll just be transparent right now. I'm the host of Flames Digest, and I'm very familiar with both Mark Giordano and TJ Brody, especially come playoff time, and they aren't great. I know that's in the past, but they're even older now. I don't know if that's the case. If they come up, would they play together? I'm not too sure. Let's bring up the D pairings again. Last game, Jake McCabe was the only Leafs defenseman who finished with a positive plus-minus, which was kind of surprising because I didn't think he played great. Morgan Riley didn't have a great game, but he had to do it all. And Joel Edmondson, again, I know a lot of people aren't in favor of him, but he is a big guy who could go in. Liljegren had a decent game, I guess we'll say. And then Lyubushkin and Benoit, they're pretty much guaranteed to be in. But would you want to see Gio come up? I don't see the Leafs switching around the D-core for Game 2 at all. I'm very sure that they will be going with the exact same pairs that they did for Game 1. But there's a chance they could switch it up. If they get, if they concede a bunch of goals again today, surely there has to be a change, not only in goal, but also in terms of the defense. Now, with all of that being said, let's get into tonight's game. It is obviously a big one. The Leafs are down 1-0, and Boston Bruins took Game 1 by a score of 5-1. It just wasn't fun at all. Let's be honest about it. Let's really try and put that one in the past. The saving grace is that last year, look, the Leafs also got blown up in Game 1 against Tampa, and then ended up winning the series. My goodness, we all remember that. It was such amazing fun times. But tonight's game goes at 7 p.m. It will once again be in Boston before the Leafs head home to Toronto for Game 3 on Wednesday. And it is almost do or die at this point. They need to get a win here. They just have to impress. And if they don't, not only do the Leafs need to switch things up, but I can almost guarantee this will be Sheldon Keefe's last season behind the bench for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I think a lot of fans will be calling for his head, and I think maybe a lot of players might too at this point. With all of the potential that the Leafs have had, especially this season, I mean, Matthews 69 goals, and they still can't get it going. Something really does need to change. But the attitude around the organization isn't too bad. So here's a little quote from Revo once again. This is Ryan Reeves on the Leafs mindset after Game 1 loss. Almost the Hakuna Matata kind of motto. It means no worries. You can't be worried about what happened in the past. You just got to look forward, and I think that's what this group is going to do. Exactly. I mean, any professional, any good hockey player is going to say that, whatever, it's a loss. We'll look forward. It's the first of 4 games, all of that. But it's great to adopt that kind of Hakuna Matata mindset that, it means no worries, whatever. We'll just keep going. We'll just keep playing hockey and we'll string together some wins. That's great. Great quote from Revo, and I hope that a lot of other Leafs do feel that way as well. Also, a couple quotes from a couple other Leafs. So first one is from David Kampf on Leafs parade to box in game 1, all the penalties they took. Maybe we wanted it too much, high emotions. They need to stay out of the box. The Leafs penalty kill is not good enough to stop that very lethal Boston power play. And then Bertuzzi, on that note, also said that everyone was a little nervous. We've got to be a little bit more prepared to just kind of tone it down a bit. That will be the key for game 2. Now, obviously, goaltending will be a huge part of it. Getting the offense going. Will William Nylander be playing? That's the huge decision the Leafs need to make. Will they play him? Will they not? They definitely should. But it also goes with just stay out of the GD penalty box, please. That's the only chance they have of winning because the penalty killers just aren't what they have been in, past years. And they just really, really need to stay out of the box to have a chance. But either way, it should be a very, very fun game tonight. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you like what you saw here today. And like I say, enjoy the game tonight.